So firstly, how would you describe your sound as a band? It's kind of fallen quite nicely into the new wave of classic rock scene, but
Yeah, I think well, we call it southern rock with a modern twist, I guess. I
mm,
think having said all of that, though, we've gone more of a classic rock. There's definitely a classic rock vibe, and all our influences are that. But no, yeah, I definitely think southern rock with a classic with a modern twist.
oh, that sounds good. And so you've put out the lead single for the EP a week or two ago, right?
Last Tuesday, 18th of Feb, it came out. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, it seems to have gone down really well.
yeah, we're really happy. I think today it's been streamed over 10,000 times as
Oh
of
wow.
today, which is it's mad. But
Mm.
it's always a nerve. Well, from my point of view, it's always a nerve-wracking thing because you put your heart and soul into these things, and when you release it, it's like watching your kid go off to school. You're thinking, oh,
Yes, exactly.
how's it gonna do? But yeah, we're chuffed with it.
Cool. And so it's the obviously the start of the EP cycle almost. Is there a kind of theme surrounding the EP, or is it more individual kind of stories or anything like that?
I wouldn't say there's a theme. We've got 5 songs that are. I guess the theme is we write about what we know, and we write about things that we think other people, everyday people, if you like, have experienced as well. So there's a song about, being a teenager and not wanting to listen to anybody and being told what to do. There's Best Medicine, which is effectively a love song. Um, there's Runaway Rage, which is about being, super angry. There's Least I Can Do, which Matt, when he gets on here eventually,
Okay.
wrote wrote about his other half and his 2 children, and then Miss You is a song that I wrote after my grandparents passed away. So all of these things, although they're personal to us, I think everyone can have their own bits and pieces, have
Mm.
their own can relate to it, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And what's the kind of writing style like for you guys? Do you like have specific parts? Do you kind of take songs yourself, or is it more just throw it all in and see what everyone comes up with?
Yeah. So sorry. So yeah, the writing for us is right. From my point of view, I'm a guitar player first, a singer second, and I really struggle to see an overall song. So I generally tend to bring in like a riff or maybe a lyric idea, and then the 4 of us really do genuinely get together, wrap our heads around it, and then kind of all contribute our own bits and pieces to it. And I think Matt and Carl, the drummer, are really, really good producers, if you like. They can see the whole thing from
Mm.
above and kind of put it all together that way.
Oh, cool. Um, and obviously I'm not kind of trying to get any scoops out, but are you planning to kind of let us hear any more of it before the release date in April, or have you got any more singles planned?
There's some more singles planned, but no, there's no point putting out previews and things like that
Yeah.
because you can't give anyone anything. There's no point in going, oh, here's a preview of a song that you can't listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of, I think gone are the days now and of like the whole kind of build-ups for releasing songs. I think it's pretty pointless. Just, get the song out and then promote it, basically. But no, we won't. So no, we won't put anything. We've got a couple of singles coming off of the EP though.
Mm.
But yeah, they kind of follow on from where Best Medicine started. Really, Best Medicine's very much a kind of catchy, hit you in the face straight away. Kind of, I don't know who it sounds like or what it sounds like, but I think it just makes people listen. It makes people go, "Whoa, who's this?"
Mm.
And I think the next 2 tracks are, one's really happy and about your family life and stuff like that, and then the other one's just angry about everyone else that pisses you off. So yeah, there's a mixture of emotions that come out of it really, and from that a mixture of sounds as well.
No, sounds good. And are you kind of? I know this is still not yet out, but looking kind of ahead, are you planning on sticking with more of an EP format, or is there kind of talks of an album or anything like that?
I think we've got we know what we want to do, and we know what's going to come from that. All I can say to you at this point is that there is more music coming.
Cool.
And we're always writing. We're always looking to see where we can take things. I guess following on from that EP format, though, the reason we did this is the second EP we've done, and the reason we did that was because I think today's society is quite immediate. Matt's really good at kind of looking at what the audience wants. Kind of, everyone wants it now. Do you know what
exactly,
I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you've got to be really established before you can do an album and get people to commit to that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, also an album, I mean, realistically, if you were to write 10 to 12 actual good songs, you know, if you looked yourself in the eye and said, every single one of these songs is the best that we could have done in that time frame, or even if you went away and wrote 15, 16, 17 songs and threw away 5 of them, or just played 5 of them live, whatever, that's not a quick process.
True.
You know, we're not into kind of going, let's come out of it. Well, I say that we did it with one song on the EP, but we got lucky, you know, where we've had literally a 2-hour period where a song has come out at the end of it, or at least the bare bones of a song.
Yes.
And it's been worked over time. But we just don't work that way. You know, we kind of, like, I think the riff that we had that actually grew that song that we wrote in 2 hours. Sam and I have been playing that riff for about 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like we had had that riff for so long, and then all of a sudden Sam was like, right, we're going to do something with this riff today, like right now. And it's like, okay, fine. So, you know, we had a studio day where we were literally in there all day, and then we were like, okay, cool, let's see what we can come up with. And then you know when it's good, because it goes, you go, oh my god, that was great, right? Okay, what about next? Okay, I'm hearing that, and then it's just there within a couple of hours. And to be honest, for us, they don't always come like that. We've probably got about 2 or 3 of those that have come like that now. But yeah, going back to the whole album thing, I think this is why I think from a small band like us and an independent band, you know, at this level, like, you know, like obviously like yourselves and like all the thousands of bands that are out there, how much time and effort does it take to write an album and then go, cool, the album's out. And it's like, okay, cool, yeah, that sounds good. What are you doing next then? You know,
exactly.
It's taken us a year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, like, you know, will we do another EP? Will we do an album? Will we just put out singles? Will we go, here you go, here's a single, you know, just here's a track, here's some music, you know. I think it's just an ever changing landscape, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so hard to judge at the minute.
It's ridiculous, yeah. But you know, you just got to keep doing what you're doing, really. But no, we are still kind of working that out, really. And again, it's taken us 6-7 months to get the EP ready. So it's like, just need a bit of a breather to work out what the next step is.
Yeah, exactly. And then in terms of the live stuff, you guys seem to be everywhere at the minute, right? I've seen quite a few like festival lineups and stuff with your name on it, which is pretty cool.
I think we're definitely a live band. That's where we thrive. But we just want to get the music out to as many people as possible. And I mean, again, I'm sure it's the same for fans like yourselves. We're not. Matt and I definitely have come into contact with people that are more obsessed with how many people they can play in front of and what they look like than the songs, right? So with us though, if you said to us, "Oh boys, there's 3 people in the Dog and Duck, do you want to go and play a gig?" We'd go, "Yeah." Right, then if it's an excuse to play. Having said that though, we want to get out and play as many high quality shows as we can and deliver for people, I would say.
But yeah, I think that's the necessary thing to do to start to step up and network in this environment. However, that's not taken away from shows like you said, Sam, about like the whole Dog and Duck kind of thing. Like we're playing Newbury Corn Exchange on March the 14th, which holds 450 people. and it's 50% sold out at the moment, and we're like, okay, this is great. This is looking like it's going to be an absolutely massive gig for us. It's a hometown gig, so why shouldn't it be? But then a week later, we go and play at the White Hart in Basingstoke, which is just a pub.
Yeah,
it's a pub. They give us a PA, but obviously half of the band are from Basingstoke. But then we'll tailor 2 different things for those shows.
Exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, for the Corn Exchange, we've got a much more of a professional setup. We've got a guy who's coming down and playing a saxophone on a track and stuff like that. The whole show is completely, like thought out, obviously from a crowd perspective and stuff like that. And then when we go to Basingstoke, it's very much like, right, we've got 3 or 4 new songs. We need to play them live and see how they go down and what we can do with them. So then it's like comedians do. You see Ricky Gervais does a massive arena tour, but then he'll go, oh, I'm just playing these tiny little places because I want to, go and test out some material.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah, for us, it's kind of like, well, does the gig make sense to do? If it does, then let's go and do it, And Basingstoke's on our doorstep, and we're going to get paid quite well to do it. So, hey, look, at the end of the day, you can't turn down good money that doesn't
exactly
to get. We'll sell merch, people come along and buy stuff. So, it's all got to make sense, really. But yeah, we are getting about here, there, and everywhere. And Made of Stone is
that'll be a good one.
And they seem to be really bigging us up. Like, we've never met any of them. Like, well, we know Darren Wilson, I think he was one of the scouts. And he just became a fan. That's how we know him. He seen us live and was like, you guys are great, and I'm going to put you forward to Made of Stone. But obviously, it's a guy called Chris, I believe, is the main person.
I've seen his name floating around a bit.
Yeah, and our manager, Wes, well, you obviously know Wes.
Yes.
He's like, oh yeah, no, Chris is the guy that kind of does it all and sorts it all and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. But they seem to be sharing our music, and I think they said the other day, oh, current Made of Stone favourites, Revenant. And we were like, okay. I mean, that's lovely. We're like, okay.
Exactly.
Like this is all kind of like, wow, all right, us, because we are so new on the scene. So it's like, it's just nice to see that, really. But yeah, we're playing up in Sheffield with Steel Paws, and I'm trying to think if there are any other things that we've got. I can't too much. I struggle to remember them all now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that arrogantly. Like, oh, there's just so many, because there's nowhere near as many as there was last year. But it's just when there's so much going on, you just struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't remember. But yeah, like Sam said, the high quality gig is the main one, where we're kind of going, let's not go out all the time and be on the road all the time. Sam's big thing is, let's create a show and go out and do it and take it out there, rather than just, let's just go on stage and play some songs, But yeah, we are, the gigs are coming in thick and fast. There's lots coming in. Where's just constantly like, right, you're now going here, you're now going to go and do this, you're now doing that. We're like, all right, cool, like, we're lucky that it's all at the end of the year, that's for sure. But yeah, it's good, looking good.
Oh, good. And obviously, you're relatively new to kind of the scene and stuff, but what would you kind of say it's like at the minute? Like you were saying, there's that many kind of gigs and festivals and all that kind of stuff around. Seems to be pretty healthy.
Yeah, I say this a lot, and I think the great thing about music, right, is that anybody can do it, and anybody can go out and go down their local pub and go, oh, I've got a guitar, can I play a few songs? I think the scene, particularly with the classic rock bands, there's good bands, and then there's great bands, and I think it's just a case of how much you want it, and what you're willing to do to get your music out there, right? And I think I can't knock anyone that says, do you know what, I'm in a band and I'm happy doing pub gigs, and that's what I love doing. I play original music, but I'm going to go and play. Fine, wicked. We all know that it's really hard to make a living out of this in how it is now. But I think the bands like us, and there's other bands out there like, is it like the Dust Coda and AK and the Red Kites and all those kind of bands that just look people in the eye and go, hell yeah, we've got good songs and we're coming for it. And it's just whatever your opinion is. And like I say, I love the creativity of building a show and making and delivering that to people, making the live experience different from the recorded experience and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think we're all in the same boat. It's just how much you want to do it and how much you're willing to put on the line and back yourself, is my opinion.
I think a big part of that as well is how far can you take it, because you'll never know if you never try. So I don't think we've got any delusions of grandeur. Like, we're not sitting here going, we are going to be the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
We're not going to be the biggest band in the world. But I think I don't see any reason why we look. I mean, I'd be personally happy if, say, in 10 years' time, we go, cool, right, we're done, we've had enough, we're too old for this now, we're too tired, the kids are getting older or whatever. But we look back and go, oh, well, we went on this massive tour and we supported them and we played in this country.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just great fun. Like, at the end of the day, we're musicians. We don't know what to do other than just be musicians.
You've got to play.
Why not try and take that as far as you can? It's not about being the biggest and the best, because there is no best in music. It's just who you like and what you prefer. So but I think for us, from a personal point of view, it's like, we just give it a good crack and just see what happens. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the scene's good. There's a lot of we've met so many lovely people.
Yeah.
We really have. Like the guys up in Manchester and Firebolt, Leaf Promotions.
Yes, yeah.
We've made so many fans up there, and it's lovely, really. And it's because we got invited up there for the Christmas do and stuff like that, and we were like, cool. Yeah, hell yeah, we'll just go up there and enjoy it, because why not? You get to be part of the crowd and see everyone and chat and stuff. But yeah, it's a lovely scene. I think there just maybe should be something more that bands can do to connect with each other, because like you said, we see your name on the poster and stuff like that, but we would never connect if it wasn't for this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Is there more that bands can do to kind of go, hey, like you guys are Midlands, right? So it's like, well, hey, we're from the south, so could you do something like gig shopping's quite popular, isn't it? Where you go, oh, hey, come and play in the Midlands, open up for us. We'll come down south and open up for you or whatever. And it's like, yeah, cool. I think there needs to be more of that. I think more working together. For everyone to rise, rather than bands trying to step over each other. I think that needs to be a bit more kind of prevalent in any music scene, really. But yeah, it's good fun and it's full of lovely people so far. And
yeah,
few knobs as well. To be honest, let's not shy away from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It almost feels like there needs like a separate social media or something just to get a bunch of bands together, be able to talk, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know, because obviously your whole promoter network is mostly, a lot of promoters will tend to put on the same bands because that lineup sold well once.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, this did really well, so let's put it on again. But the punters are like, well, but we've seen that, like we've seen that, and we've heard of this band, and we want, so don't get me wrong, obviously you do need some pulling power, and obviously a band from down south's not going to pull a lot of tickets in Sheffield if they're not really well known, so it's not going to work. But at least there's a few people out there that are trying to keep things fresh and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And so you guys seem pretty active on social media as well, right? I've seen your TikToks and stuff popping up on mine and all that kind of thing. Have you got any advice for bands trying to kind of crack that code?
Hire Matt as your social media guru.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's social media is the it can be the key that really unlocks a lot of doors, but also it's not the be all and end all of what we're trying to do and achieve as a band. I think a lot of people want, and who wouldn't want their song to go viral?
Yeah, right.
Millions of people listen to it and go, oh my God, this band's amazing. okay, but then how are you going to then back that up? What's next? You know, like, are you actually even ready to be thrust into the, like, what if we went viral on a song and then Slash was like, right, cool, do you want to come out on tour? We'd be like, yeah, but then we'd be so like rabbit in the headlights. We wouldn't know what we're doing. We wouldn't have a clue, you know. But obviously we would do it. But I think one of the main things is with social media, and it's the hardest part of it, is just consistency. Consistency. And I struggle. I've got 2 kids. I've got, you know, a family, a dog. You know, I don't have time to always be like, right, let me sit down for an hour today and just work out what I'm going to post, how I'm going to film it, how I'm going to make it, and then find another hour to go and make it. To carve out 2 hours in the day for me is incredibly difficult. But there are ways that you can approach it to kind of to get a good result out of it. Like at the moment on TikTok, for example, like I put a video up about buying Black Sabbath tickets. I got 2 tickets.
I think that might have been the one I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was really lucky, and I've been kind of studying these creators that kind of show you how to get good views and how it works psychologically, because I come from a sales background, so I understand that stuff quite well. So anyway, I thought I'd try it on that video, and it worked really well. But one of the main reasons why that worked really well is because that was the hot topic on that day, on that week, the Black Sabbath tickets, right? So people are going to sit and watch that. So that got something like 500,000 views, right? And you're like, okay, cool. Then I go, cool, our new song's out. And you're like, 2,000 views.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all right, this is pretty disheartening. But at the end of the day, if you're going to post a video about your music and you're going to try and get people to listen to it, you've got to be genuine about it, right? So if you're going to get 2,000 views a day, do it for 10 days.
Yeah.
You know, and that could be nearly 10,000, 15,000 eyeballs on that song. All it takes is 500-600 of them to go and listen to it on Spotify, and that will trigger Release Radar.
Yeah.
And then once Release Radar is triggered, then all of a sudden that gets pushed out to thousands of people on Spotify, and then Discover Weekly can be triggered, and then the radio can be triggered. So it's all about a kind of like a snowball effect.
Yes.
Basically. But yeah, for social media, to answer your question properly, the way to get really good at that is learn how the TikTok algorithm works and what is good. So keywords and stuff like that. There's a thing that you can do where you can type a load of like search terms and keywords into a TikTok and then move it out of the screen so people don't see that.
Oh, okay.
But that basically kind of will when people go, oh, cool guitar riffs, it will put your video in front of them.
Yes.
So but then when they're there, you've got to keep them there, so that's another difficult thing.
Mm.
But yeah, consistency is the big one, and just sticking with it. But it is so disheartening. It is absolutely horrible. You're trying to just cut through and keep going and going.
Exactly,
and
going. Yeah.
But then, like randomly last night, I got a message on the TikTok from the TikTok. I sound really old saying it like that. I got a message on TikTok from a kid that just messaged me and said, "Me and my dad are listening to Best Medicine. We love this track. It's amazing." And you're just like, okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. I've never spoken to him. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those things. So yeah, you've just got to keep. There's like 4: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
You've just got to attack all of them. Just keep going, and it works. I mean, we're on about 10,000 streams now for Best Medicine, which is great.
Yes.
So yeah, you just got to stick with it, mate. It's horrible and it's hard and it's difficult, but it will pay off in the end.
No, true.
Yeah.
And then just as a kind of slightly lighter final question, do you have a dream tour lineup you guys would want to be part of?
Oh God!
What would yours be, Sam?
I would probably go. Let's go with format. I'd probably go us, and then Slash.
Black Country live today still. Or are we talking?
No,
yeah, I mean, yeah, well, maybe both.
Okay, right, go alive then, Sam. Alive and kicking today still.
Okay, so I'd go us / Black Country Communion because I'm a massive Bonamassa fan.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably have Chris Stapleton on there as well, because we went to watch him. We based a lot of our songwriting on him, and he was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so a tour lineup that I would love to be a part of. I'm gonna go slightly left field and way out of the curve here. So I'd like to open up for Oasis because it would just be mad.
Yeah, true.
Well, they're one of my favourite bands. So now, would we go down that well? I think if we picked the right songs, we probably would. We would go down all right. But if I was to pick a tour, yeah, I think it would be. I think to be honest, Sam, I think I'd have to agree with you. I think it would be Slash and Chris Stapleton. So if you had Chris Stapleton headlining Slash and then us opening up,
that would be cool.
I mean, I'm excited about talking about it now. It's not even going to happen, but yeah, that would be amazing. So that would be the Alive. I think if it was bands that are no longer with us, for me, I would just want to open up for Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy. You know, and I think we did the Thin Lizzy, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and then us. I think that would be a good tour. Well, it'd be Lynyrd Skynyrd. They're bigger, right? Lynyrd Skynyrd, Thin Lizzy, and then us. Yeah,
doesn't matter, mate. We're opening that show. That's fine.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like, even if we did any of those, I'd go, well, I'm happy with that. Well,
yeah.
Do I really care about like headlining to 10,000 people? Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be amazing. But just doing that is enough. Like,
yeah,
that's cool. You know, it takes you from that whole being a kid at 13 years old to. I mean, yeah, like we're now playing on stages with Blackstone Cherry and Michael Schenker and stuff like this, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, fine. Like this is what I mean about the whole how far can we take it? You know?
Exactly, yeah.
It's not like it's an experiment, but it's like, well, if we're a band anyway and we enjoy this and it's a hobby that we love doing and it's what we want to do, then you don't necessarily think about the pound signs and what money you can make. But I think for us, it's more about, well, is the music always good as we can make it? And how far can we take it? What gigs can we get on? What can we be part of? You know, it's just great fun, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah, sounds good.